Ladies and gentlemen, we have the breaking sad news that I will tell you that Robert Redford, one of the Americans' legendary actors and founder of the Sundance Film Festival, has sadly passed away at age 89. I was shocked because he's been one of the Hollywood legend actors in the world because he's been there for a long time. He's been with films like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, along with all the President's Men, Out in America, and the biggest of all that the movie called and It Rivers runs through it, and with one of the film was the young Brad Pitt before got famous. Anyway, it's pretty much the legacy of the filmmaking and especially actor will live on for life because he been a lot, and Robert Redford was pretty much one of them. And he was, like I said, he's a founder of Sundance Film Festival. Was used to be a name Utah and U.S. Film Festival was founded by Robert Redford. But for me, their acting career has been for House of Lows. He's been in for a lot. Most notable, the blockbuster role in the Captain America second Captain America movie was put on as a villain role, but he's also appeared in the probably final third role in the Avengers Endgame, which becomes the most sexy movie of all time, or a highest grossing movie of all time. So he's pretty much cameo appearance before filming another movie, which going to be a final farewell, with Old Man and the Gun. But I will talk about it in a second. But I was really talking about the statement from Deadline. Robert Redford, the acting idol, best known for roles in Butch Cassidy as a Sunday's Kid and All the President's Men, has died. He was 89. And Steven Sindberger, chief executive of publicity firm Robertson Cohan (PNK), said Redford died in his sleep early Tuesday morning at his home in Utah. Robert Redford passed away at September 16, 2025, at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. He will be missed greatly, the finally request privacy, Berger said. Continue on, but yeah, I think that the legacy filmmaking was been a lot, and it was a I mean the actual like the 2025, like I said, is bad year from the terror year for that. It lost Gene Hackman, Val Kilmer, um, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, and Elvis. And I think this, and I read before that the other Hollywood legend was Douglas, was the father of Michael Douglas. So he's passed away in a couple of years ago. So this is another Hollywood legend actor. Was probably sad that would eventually live in. So let's continue. Born in 1936, Redburn studied acting at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. Like in many performers of his era, his start at the stage. He made the Broadway debut in the 1959's Tolstoy. Then he appeared later that year in The High and Free. In 1916, he stars in The Little Moon of the All Band. The following year in Sunday in New York, but it was in a performance in the 1963 in the uptight New Orleans Paul Patter in the Neil Simon's Baroque of the Bach. That gave an one an actors and the actor was one of the signature roles. In the stage version, he appeared opposite Elizabeth Ashley, and he later played a role in the third version, co-starring Jane Fonda, another acting legend. Redburn's big break on screen was a role Joy Rose Hill's semi-crime film Push Cassidy's and the Sundance Kid. This is a well-known film who been in for a long, long time, and he been a lot. And this movie is pretty much to become the signature movie. He's known in one song in the end, the rain down, so da, 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 da. That one song was becoming used in the movie, and even and I think that. They're familiar with the song too. So I know this is the and that's what the name Sundance was later responsible for the name fund with changing, will be responding the name, using that name to the film festival circuit, nearly Sundance Film Festival. So again, I will talk about later. The California went on to become one of the most notorious figures of the new Hollywood period, with leading roles in the classic movies like All the President's Men, 3 Days in the Condor, The Sting, The Great Gatsby, that not the 2013's Baz Luhrmann movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. Yes, the Spider-Man. Yeah, the Spider-Man himself. I mean, I'm not fun fact. Leonardo and Toby were good buddies. So back in the day, so he was he's a best friend, but now he's made together. I'm not sure that movie's becoming sort of like Greg Bassing mainly cheers me before he got won the Oscar in 2016 in the relevant. You know that movie, it was pretty much gone the best actor winner, but I digress. Anyway, and of course Sidney Pollack, Pollack, whatever, um, Off in America with Meryl Streep. And yeah, this is the Other America was. It's a film that closely associated with Mr. Redford. So, and then they make the director chair. So Redford made his directorial debut in the 1918 with Ordinary People, based on the Judy Guest novel of the same name. The film starring Donald Sullivan, Mary Terry Moore, yes, the Miss NTM herself. You know that he's been a lot. You know that pretty he's known that Spinato's show. Mary Moore's show, or if you've been familiar, in the end of all the NTM Enterprise shows, you use the vanity logo, where use the parody of NGM when you have Missy the Cat. Rest in peace. Judge whatever the name is, and Tiffany Houghton before this becoming James Bond, but then that's long. So that's all two movies I can. Anyway, um, he won the four Oscars, including Best Director and Best Picture. Redford didn't direct again until 1988, the Miningalo Bean Fears War, the adaptation of a John Nicholas novel. That film won the Academy Award for Best Score. It's a good film, but I think this is not as good as the last film, Ordinary People. Um, Redford's influence didn't stop on the disc scene. In 1981, when the eye went on the limits of the community film landscape, the veteran before launched the Sundance Institute in the plotted of a land that purchased years before the Utah Mountains. First edition served as a lab for the 17 independent filmmakers to deliver their original projects in the companies of such advisors like as Cindy Pollack and Waldo Salt, Gregory Navy, and Noto was the first last supported film to be produced. Nava and Anna Thomas won the Best Screenplay Oscar for the film, and this is why Sundance Film Festival was born, and it's pretty much familiarly inspired the many independent filmmakers and there was some related to the filmmakers that submit feature length films and all that stuff to Sundance. 1985, the Sundance Institute assuming control of the 1985 U.S. Film Festival, or Utah U.S. Film Festival, renaming it the Sundance Film Festival and expand it for the 2 week event. We know today high-profile filmmakers who passed through the Sundance labs of a competition strengths including Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, Paul Thomas Anderson, and Kevin Smith. Um, of course, the latter was director was made of the Bertrudo film called Cliques, and then led to other films like Mallrats and especially the recent um, Creeks 3 was the first film that's pretty familiar with that even got the camera by Ben Affleck. Films available at Sundance over the years, including Kimberly Blaze, groundbreaking Boys Don't Try, starring Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank. Yes, he all having them. Before him got another Oscar nominated role in the Clint Eastwood's Million Dollar Baby, good film. But Dee Reed's Balahan and then Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, and eventually would later become. And this is a breakthrough film, but it would turn another breakthrough film later on was Pulp Fiction. But anyway, Redford continued to act through the 90s and the 2000s. His later credits include Spy Game. You know, if you're familiar with that the movie, it included one song that was led by the Arab singer Pascal Misharini, was called Noor and Shams. Or the familiar the song is pretty much the appear in the background scene, one of the scenes including the background. So on behalf of the music master, Lebanese music company Music Master, now Water Production, along with Music Is My Life, I sincerely respect that, and including the song so here. And he won an award, music awards in some international markets. Anyway, A Walk in the Woods was a film. Was a film starring alongside fellow legend actors Nick Nolte and Emma Thompson. It was actually British, but using in couple Bridget Jones and other stuff. A recent Cruella movie with Disney, with Emma Stone, and The Old Man and the Gun. This latter, the last one was probably going to be the same director, David Lowery, who's the same director who did the last film before in um, the Pete's Dragon movie with Disney. It was probably not an improvement that the original one, but this is more like a straight up version. But this one is Old Man and the Gun was pretty much the final proper film role for now, and eventually retired from acting. However, even the made, in fact, and continue. Redbone even the made a cameo appearance in the in the Avengers Endgame. Um, and if you probably know, this is a film. This is a Avengers Endgame filmed before they made the Old Man with the Gun, was more marked the final proper film war. And I'm not mentioning this. He's portrayed in the Alexander Pierce in the Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and man, I think this is pretty much the appear in the movie, and eventually the Avengers Endgame was marked that the final popular film role was actually filmed before that movie came, The Old Man and the Gun, whereas pretty much on behalf of Disney and Marvel and especially producer Kevin Feige, it's pretty much the send off. So yeah, and they continue. In his career spanning 6 decades, he also received the three Golden Globes Awards, including the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Honor in 1994, one Community Oscar, and an honorary Academy Award in 2002. In 2017, he was in the award of the Golden Lion and the Lifetime Achievement of the Venice Film and the Film Festival in Italy. And in 2019, Redbone received the honor César and the 44th César Awards in Paris, was a film Old Man and the Gun, I mentioned. In 2016, Redford received the President Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama. Before came out the same year when Donald Trump got the election and won for some reason. I don't like them. Anyway, during the presidency ceremony, Obama said Redford captivated the audience for the both sides of the camera through entertainment, motion pictures that often explored variety, society, political, and historical themes. Obama continued. His art and activism continue to shape our nation. Cultural heritage inspired ministers to laugh, cry, think, and change. The latter was for Obama's signature trademark catchphrase, of course. Along with the first very early interviews on where CNN's anchor Jake Tapper, who wrote R.I.P. Robert Redford, alongside a gift of the actor in the 1970s, The Way We Lived. Stevie King, the well-known horror actor, said Redford was part of the new and excited Hollywood in the 1970s and 80s, posting on X, from also Twitter, wherever the head is. Co actress Melanie Matthew post he was a deaf actress who can speak like that, as said on that our film Coda came on the attention to everyone because of Sundance, and Sundance happened because Robert Redford, a genius has passed. R.I.P. Robert. Graphic errors contributed to this report. So sad. I think Robert Redford's career was pretty much between a legend. His final proper film, like I mentioned, was the Adventure Jane game, but the final true role was The Old Man and the Gun. And this is the same director who also worked in another film. He's directing a live action movie with remake of something for Disney. So this is marked the final, and this is marked the end of the era. I mean, Hollywood legend actors was pretty much. I mean, Clint Eastwood will might be going to be passed away soon after the last movie was pretty much flopped and eventually dumped on the HBO Max. Well, used to be called Max, but whatever. But I think that Mr. Redford's career was pretty much a legacy. He'd been a long time. He'd been a for all something. You've seen if you've seen saw the Old Man with a Gun. I saw the movie in I think 2018, early 2019. It was something that changed my life, and it's marked the end of the era. And I think this is the send off of what we refer as pretty much the actor. And I also went to a vegetarian game 3 months later, and also blew my mind again because of Redford's appearance. And God, I really respected him. So I think the final thing about is and eventually the fellow actress Meryl Streep, who's a co-star from All of America, said, "One of the lions has passed. Rest in peace, my lovely friend." So I agree that I understood that rebels, but we'll see. But I think that the final running ground breaking ground of that career was probably going to be a final touch was Sundance Film Festival was prepared going to be moved to another country in Boulder, Colorado in 2 years. But the next year's Sundance Film Festival was going to be a tribute to Robert Redford, founder of Sundance Film Festival. And this is going to be the end of the era. And this was going to be a tribute event. So this is very much I was pretty much the Utah like people on respect of the Mr. Redford's career between highs and lows, who've been for a long time in not only the film industry but also the help capitalize for the independent film market to bring an entertainment brand. So and this is marked, and I hope the next year's Sundance Film Festival was marked the final farewell to Robert Redford as well as the final event at the Park City, Utah event in called Sundance was moving to another location. So this is the reason why I know we see what happens, but the legacy of Robert Redford's career between of Sundance Film Festival, where Mystery is going to become the last and eventually move to another location. So there you go. That's what I talk about. And I say thank you, Mr. Redford, for being for the career for the past decades, for the past few decades. And he been there for all the time. He been a lot. Bruce Cassidy and Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, All of America, and especially the underrated film I mentioned, the Spy Game, and of course, Old Man and the Gun was marked to the proper film roar that would been not counting Adventure Game as a cameo appearance, but this is about the final one. So this is the sad ending, and it premiered at the Theatre and Film Festival in 2018. But this is pretty much not related to Sundance Film Festival, and it got received well. It got a lot of feedback about Redford's performance, and this remarked to the last. And then this is the end of the era for now, and I hope Redford's career with legacy, and especially in Hollywood legends, mostly like Kirk Douglas and Gene Hackman, Clint Eastwood, and Warren Beatty, and all others who will probably been a legacy, and also Meryl Streep. So the acting legends will all have been the same. So rest in peace, Mr. Redford, and I was B, a Sunday's kid. So thanks for being on time. And for everyone watching my channel, thank you for being for quite some time. And the legacy of the Robert Redford's career will live on for a life. And whoever's seen that the couple of films like Puss Cassidy and The Sunday's Kid, um, all the President's Men and the Old Man and the Gun recent movie, as well as when the Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This was the second film from second Mike Captain America MCU movie. Will been a lot. So, and this is the end of the era. So rest in peace, Robert Redford. We always and we never, like I said again, will always be a Sundance kid for life. Thank you and have a good day.